What time is it? What time is it? Tell them it's milking time. Hi guys, Mallory at Cedar Acres Homestead. Today I'm going to show you how I milk our goats here on the farm. And I can also teach you the differences between a Nigerian dwarf, we have Miss Kay here today, and an Alpine goat, which we have Zoe out, not Zoe, but we have Nature out there in the pen, so we will milk her next. So first I start out with wiping off her teats. You can use soapy water with a wash rag. I've just used a fragrance-free baby wipe. Seems to work good for me. So wipe her all off here. Yeah, I know. Just to get all that dirt and debris off, if she's got any there. And then it's also a good idea to squirt out a little bit of milk from her teats to get out any, to kind of open up the plug there and to see if you have any debris, if you have any chunks, or if you have any blood, anything like that, anything that would be abnormal. And then you also don't want those extra dirt things into your milk as well. So I was milking her in a stainless steel thing here so that we can clean it. It's good to chill these or keep these in the fridge after you wash them, because you want to milk into an already chilled container. It just kind of helps to get the milk chilled off sooner, and then that way your milk doesn't become like a goaty taste is what they call it. Yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do here is a little bit bigger for her. Usually for her, if I'm just milking her, I'll use just a mason jar, glass mason jar. And I'm just milking them once a day. I bring them to just milking once a day. But if I milked her a full day, I would get about a quart out of her. So a half a quart we'll be getting about today. So what you're going to do is, her teats are obviously a little bit smaller. And you're going to, if you guys can see or not, take these two fingers here, your thumb and your pointer finger, and you're going to kind of close them around the base of her teat, and then that kind of locks in the milk down into her teat, and then you're going to use your other fingers to kind of press down and let the milk drain out. So if I can kind of show you that, go here. Oh, I know. And so as you can see, I'm kind of going like that just because the teat is a lot smaller. So it's a little bit harder to use all your fingers to kind of clench down on. And that's pretty much how you do it. Let me get you in here to see a little bit closer. What do you think, babe? You ate your food really fast. Ugh. Kind of difficult here with this thing. So that is how you would milk a Nigerian dwarf with their little tiny teats. So before I used to be able to do, or I would do just one side of her and then I'd go to the other side and do the other. But with a lot of practice, you can do both of them at the same time. So we're going to speed that up and do that since she's already done eating the grain, and she'll start getting antsy on me here, but she's usually pretty good for me. So sit on my handy dandy bucket. Did have a nice so I can reach in my hand here, and it's the same process when you reach in and do it on the other side. You'll just be using these fingers here and then kind of pressing in with your thumb that way. So it's the same process. Actually, this container's a little bit too big, too tall for her. If I'm not drinking it, then sometimes I will just put it in a ice cream pail, a gallon size ice cream pail. It's pretty lower, and then we'll either feed it to the dogs, we'll feed it to the pigs, Other things that you can do with the milk is make ice cream. I have yet to do that, but I'm hoping to one of these days. You can make butter from the cream. You can make yogurt, which I attempted once, but I don't believe I had very good starters, so I'm going to try that again. I used a flavored starter, and they say to use a plain starter. You can make goat milk soap. I do have another video, so you guys should go and check that out on how I make my goat milk soap. I do make the goat milk soap mainly off of the Nigerian dwarf's milk, just because it has a higher fat content to it. It's a thicker milk, it's sweeter. With the Alpines, they are more of that dairy breed, so you're going to get a lot more milk out of them because she is a lot bigger, nature is, and it's thinner of a milk, it's not as thick. So just going to speed this process up here. Okay, Miss K is about done. Don't have a whole lot left in her. And how can you tell that you are about empty? It is obviously she'll not have as much milk coming out, but you also feel it in the teats and in her bag. Her bag was, you know, pretty tough, and then it's pretty loosey-goosey now here, and you can just kind of feel. A lot of times, you know, you can kind of massage it a little bit to help her drop some more if she's kind of trying to hold some in. You can use your thumb to kind of rub it down a little bit, but then again, just kind of close in your fingers there so it locks in the milk down into the teat so it doesn't go back up. And then just use your other fingers to bring it down and out. All right. So then we're going to clean her off. I use this teat disinfectant Fight Back, and I'm about out of my can. And you just want to spray that on the teats there, usually just one little bit, but like you said, my can's about empty. I need to get some more ordered of that. Yes, babe. But what this does is, it's blue. I don't know if you can quite see that, but it also kind of cools it a little bit too, so it just kind of closes up the end of the teat so that she doesn't get any debris or anything like that, and it just helps to control mastitis, which is like an infection, controlling bacteria, you know, making sure it cleans it so you don't have any bacteria. All right, so I'm gonna head back there and go and get Nature, and we'll show you how to milk a Alpine goat. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Come on, Nature. No, Jewel. And we're back. We got Nature here. She is an Alpine. And let me show you her teats here. We're gonna do basically the same process, but it's a little bit different because obviously she's got a lot bigger bag. She's got a lot bigger teats. I know, babe, as you can see. So it's a little bit easier, well, I'd say a lot easier to milk her. So it's the same process. I'm gonna first wipe off her teats. Again, I'm gonna use the baby wipes, unscented, fragrance-free. They're all cleaned up. good to kind of wipe in the inside of her legs where the side of her bag kind of lays. And then, yes, babe, and spray a little bit in there. I know, a little jumpy. So you make sure that there's nothing, no abnormalities. And then now with her, I usually milk her from behind. A little bit easier to do. So again, you're going to use those two front fingers to lock in the milk here, kind of squeeze through, and then going to use these fingers to let the milk come through the teat. Like that. And, you know, I kind of like go in with my thumb here using this portion to kind of use your fingers here in the pad of your thumb to make that go through. And doing the same on the other side at the same time. The fun part about milking is when they get antsy and then they want to kick their legs up and then you knock over the bucket. So that's always a fun process, cleaning that up after. Angel likes to help out with that when that happens. I definitely have to close the door now. If you've seen from our other videos, or the little shorts that we had of her, she likes to drink straight from the teat. So it takes a little bit to get the process down. It's a lot like riding the bike, you know. Once you figure it out, you kind of don't forget. You definitely, from season to season, if you're not milking, you gotta work those hand muscles back up, your forearms, you know, working the muscles in there as well. So with Nature here, I usually get about a gallon if I'm milking her twice a day, but I have also been milking her just once a day, so I'm only getting about a half a gallon from her. So that can kind of help to distinguish what kind of goat you're looking for, what kind of things you want to do with your goat, how much milk that you want to have. And I just thought that it was a good fit to have the Nigerian dwarfs for the good properties in their milk, for the goat milk soap, and then having the Alpines to having more of a drink type milk, and to having more milk to allow for us to be able to do ice cream or do yogurt and all those other things. As you can see, maybe I'm trying, yep, just like that, you gotta be careful. You can try to push up a little bit to kind of help, just as like a baby would as they're trying to push up on the bag to allow more milk to come out. Once it's getting a little bit low in the bag, you can kind of do that to help get some more of it to drop. If you're wondering how much grain do you feed them, from one of the things that I have read, or a couple of things that I've read, feeding them about a cup of grain per how much milk that they're giving to, so a cup of grain to every quart that they are giving. So I try to stick to that. If I feel that they need a little bit more minerals or a little bit more grain, then I will do so, but I don't think Missy here is struggling for any extra grain. Okay, we're getting down to the last here. Yep. So again, you don't want to pull on the teats. You just want to do your best to be able to, yes, I know, get everything to come down and to just kind of push it out, but not pulling it out, if that makes sense. All right, so we're about done here. You can see maybe got about a full thing here. Between the two of them there, we're going to spray her off with that fight back as well. She doesn't like it. Like I said, I'm at the end. I need to get some of that more tomorrow. Other things that you can do is using iodine to put on the bottom of the teats too. It's just easiest for me to use that fight back. So I hope you enjoyed our video, and hopefully that can help you to distinguish if you're looking for a Nigerian dwarf or if you're looking for an Alpine goat. Knowing the difference between the two of them and difference on how to milk and how to milk a goat. So definitely was an experience, our first goat that we ever had. It's never having goats, never knowing anybody and nobody teaching us, and we just learned from YouTube ourselves. So here's my video on how to do it as well. So make sure you like and subscribe our video to Cedar Acres Homestead, and thank you again for watching. Bye.